Dat is mijn kop. Arses, Willem. Arses. Okay, time to do the streamings again, jongens. This me. It's a me. Dit is some random Steam. That's me again. I have so much random shit open. Okay. What's this? Nothing. Okay. 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 Oh, nee. Okay. 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 Oh, let's do something. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing though. I feel like doing something else. I've been doing so much balancing. I'll look in my Trello for something to do. There has to be some. I can work on the ice level maybe. That way there's some different visuals. Something new to look at. I think that would be good. For the ice level I need some more enemies as well, so maybe I will do some drawing this stream. So I know something I can do. I want some kind of enemy. Okay, let me open Photoshop and let me get my chat back on screen. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I need to sneeze, but I don't need to sneeze. Everyone knows how it feels. Oh, it is not going away. Okay, so what's going on? I don't know. Oh, I've opened the thing. Yes. This is usually how I create my enemies. I create a file, and the first thing I do is I make the background exactly the same as in the level, because you can't really judge your colors. It's mostly your colors. You can't really judge them when you just have a white background like this. Like, changes a lot. Like, for example, if I have something very white. What's this? I don't know. So the snowman, for example. Can we get rid of this? Yes. Like, against white looks It just looks different. Colors just look different relative to what's next to them. Okay, so let's create a new group, new layer. Okay, let me put this a little bit higher so I can draw properly. My nose is so stiffy. Okay. Let me make this a little bit. Oh, it's annoying. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So what I want a bad guy. We have a bad guy. He is very angry. And when you shoot him, I want him to shoot like some bullets in random directions. Do I want this? Because I'm thinking, okay, so what does this do exactly? If I shoot it with just a slow fire rate weapon like the cannon, it's just not really gonna be very dangerous. You can just keep your distance, shoot him from a distance, no problem. But if you have, for example, the Saul's weapon, which hits a lot of times, you will just completely cover the screen in bullets, and you can't really get close to him at all. Now that I think about it, melee weapons wouldn't work at all. Since if you ram him with a melee weapon, he will just shoot bullets directly in you. Okay, so let's maybe not do this. It's kind of difficult to make something that has a revenge attack. Maybe if you give it some delay, like I hit it, and then a second after I hit it, it fires off its revenge bullets. That way you can like hit him with your melee weapon and then just book it. That's the only solution I can think of right now. A lot more. I guess you could also make an enemy that gets angry. So at first he's happy. When you hit it, he becomes angry. I kinda have something like this already, where if you get its HP below a certain point, he will increase his movement speed. So you kinda have to finish him off real quick. But I don't want to do the same thing. It needs to be somewhat ice themed. No, it doesn't have to be. I'm thinking maybe he grows in size. Like a balloon. Like. But then the first thing I think of is like one of those pufferfish. It doesn't really fit in this level. Pufferfish. Something that reflects bullets could also be quite dangerous. I don't really want to make enemies though that are very difficult with certain builds. Because something that reflects bullets would just punish a bullet build a lot. And a melee build can easily kill it. The enemy that speeds up when it gets hit is kind of perfect because every weapon type can deal with it. This music is making me go insane right now. Give me something better. Is this better? Wait, am I drawing on the background? I'm drawing on the background. Why? Wait, this is not the background. I just created the layer in between the background and the color adjustment. I don't know how. I don't know why. You know, there's some shortcut. Ooh, look how happy. Look how angry. Happy? Angry. Happy? Angry. Well, anyway. Happy? Anyway, let's delete that layer. I don't need it. Don't want it. Angry. So, why am I erasing it? What can we do in terms of revenge? Let me look at the Trello. An enemy with a weak spot could be in. Yeah, I know. So we have the enemy, and it's weak. This is the weak part, and then it has a shell made of ice. So this is ice, which is strong. So you have to break the ice And once you break the ice, you can hit the vulnerable inside. But the ice regrows after a point of not damaging it, or maybe just time. It's not really a revenge enemy anymore, but now it's just you have to finish it. It's kind of similar to the guy I was talking about that gets faster when you damage it. Like once you damage it enough, you just need to kill it. I'm not entirely sure how I want the enemy to look like. Probably just some kind of ice elemental like thingy. So let's just delete this layer. Oh no, don't want this. Let's call it ice shell. I think I want the core to be like almost pure black. And I kinda want it to be round, but it's clearly impossible, so don't really have a very clear mental image of what I want to make. But that's quite often how I do stuff. I just start drawing and things happen, I make mistakes, and then I think, oh, this mistake looks better than what I had in mind. I do have to admit I haven't drawn in a while, so you'll see how it goes. Starting to look like an animal cell that you learn in biology. Let's draw an actual normal circle with a bit of smoothing, because drawing circles is impossible. I need to... One of the good things I learned in video game school is that when you go drawing, you should probably do like a warming up. Because, well, you use a lot of muscles that you don't use too much. So getting them warmed up is quite important. And usually we would do it by drawing circles, and then you increase the pressure and decrease it to get like, it's not a great example, but you want a gradual pressure change. You could also do lines like this. Like this is a bit like when you are not warmed up, you get stuff like this where you can't get smooth pressure differences. Okay, let's just delete all of that. See if we can do a normal circle now. Okay, I accidentally pressed a button on my pen. Okay, this is still impossible. I keep pressing the button on my pen. I don't know why they put the button so close to the point where you grab your pen. I hate it. Why do they? Why is it made like this? Cannot for the life of me. You know what? I can live with this. Color lines. I will look up an ice sphere to see a little bit how the lighting works. Or ice ball. Yeah, these look good. Do I still have? I don't know. I think I'll also make it so the little, because the ball in the middle will be a little guy, and he will be happy as long as he has his ice shield. Then when you break the ice shield, he'll look kind of scared. We already have some ice-like color, so let's just start filling it in with this. Not very used to talking while drawing. Feel like it messes more with me than during coding. This is a bit gray. It can be a bit gray. Some opacity in there. And usually stuff like this I'll just use a bunch of layers and keep adding detail and texture. Like we want some kind of core part. The core part can be quite white. This the core part of shading? Not really. This stuff always looks very ugly until you really get to the finishing touches, which can be quite demotivating sometimes. Let's do some shade. I think the best shade would be kind of dark bluish. Maybe on top. Get a bit of a bigger brush. Let's not do it all the way around. That's not what it looks like. I like this. This is kind of a complex thing to draw, to be honest. Cracks. Let's do a bunch of cracks, because the cracks kind of sell the 3D shapes. Like, I know how to say it. Without the cracks it looks so flat. Then you add some. The cracks kinda need to, I don't know, they need shading. Let's give them some drop shadow maybe. Okay, that is not. Where's my shadow? Some multiply. You can see something happening now. Looks more like it. Get it on the right side. Okay. That's the great thing about digital art, is you can just add an effect like this and then add the cracks. Without completely breaking my brain. I'm trying to do them a bit different width by doing more or less pressure. That way it looks like they're more in the distance if they're thinner. Oh, that's maybe a bit too much. I'm also kind of trying to make them thicker on the outside, because that would be closer to you. Like this one. Guess you can do some very short ones to kinda make it look like they come straight at you from the center. At least that's what it's supposed to look like. Maybe I'm adding a bit too much small details. Not sure how big this enemy will end up being. You'll just not see it. Okay. It's looking like something. I think the core part needs like more difference in opacity. the right color. It kinda is. Like, yeah, like this. Maybe bigger, I don't know. I think it's quite fine. I think I also want to give this like a slight effect to give it a little bit of texture. Like stroke sometimes does it really well with this brush I'm using. It doesn't look great now. I think because there's no gaps in the center part. I think now I should just add a texture or a pattern. Something like this. This is kinda good already. Which makes sense because it's a picture of water that's being used. Let's try some different ones. I think I'll use this one. And I want the cracks in the center to fade a bit more into the center, I think. So I'll just add, I think I'll do it with a mask. So we can get a mask here. And then just use some opacity. Kinda go like that. Yeah, that's way better. It again gives it more depth. Let's fix the outside a little. Maybe like it doesn't even really have to look realistic. It just needs to give the illusion of depth. Wait, did I paint the shade on top of... I painted the shade on top of this color. That's so annoying. For some reason this always happens to me. I think there's some keyboard shortcut that I keep pressing accidentally. So if you know, please tell me. Let's just redo it. It's not that difficult. Dark bluish. Bigger brush. Put it on top. Maybe this is a bit too gray, maybe. I want to make the color a bit more vibrant. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just add a layer on top. Increase the color a bit. Just lightly go over it again. Add some more color. So now what? Let's see what it looks like if I make the core part. everything. Nah, I don't like it. I kinda like the outside part is clear. Now we can add some highlights. Highlights always add so much. It's kinda crazy. I feel like the cracks are a bit too much. You can add a bit of like random highlights to make it so there looks like there's some imperfections in the eyes or something. And some random highlights. I mean, in the end we are working with like a natural object. Most natural objects can be kinda a little bit random. Organic we call it, I think. I don't think I know. I should have done the random highlights on a different layer in case I don't like it. Oh, whatever. I should name my layers. Don't forget this is something else. Let's see, we can make the entire cracks just a little. I think the problem is a little bit I have a lot of cracks, but they are not. I think I want them to be a bit thicker. Let's see if we can do this with effects. This would be great. You can do like stroke, but that will ruin everything. Nah, this is not good. It's kind of weird. This looks slightly better. But if we just do this, okay, it's kinda. No, let's not do that. I think I will just erase some, like it's a bit too clustered. Get rid of some of these. Like this one. Like these. The highlights, the cracks should be below the highlights, that's for sure. I think also below the shade. And it can be on top of the shade. I think the drop shadow is a bit too aggressive. What does noise do in this case? I don't know. What I might just do is remove the drop shadow, copy it, then we make the copies color just completely black. Looks kind of weird. Whatever. This is not. I'm using the wrong things. The color overlay. We offset it slightly, please. Something like this. What you can do now is erase shadow when you want to. Maybe we don't want shadow on the outside parts. We can just get rid of it. It looks better. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I think the random highlights are a bit too much. Like, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this one. It's annoying me. This is fine. It can also be cool to just kind of randomly erase. That makes it look even more imperfect. Now we need some bubbles. Maybe I even want more cracks now that they are not that visible. Like something like this. I think I want these to be a bit bigger. Please, normal. Okay, that's too much. Okay, now let's maybe not do this. Maybe if we reduce the opacity by a bunch. Nah, it's starting to become too messy. I feel like from a distance the cracks just disappear completely. That's kind of annoying me. Let's get rid of this shit. This is kind of a hard thing to draw after not doing it for a long while. I have to admit, I'm kind of just doing this out of frustration, but it's kind of looking good. There. Sure, we'll keep it. Whatever. Happy little accident. Where the ice ball at? Oh, no, not Steam. Go away. Oh no, stop. Oh, I enabled all my... And now my web browser is crashing. I don't know why it's doing this lately. What the... Oh, okay. Unity just crashed. Wasn't even using it, but whatever. Yo. Windows, what is this? I swear, how did any of this happen? I just wanted to resize my fucking reference image. And I misclicked enabling both my streams, which completely just ruined everything. Does this fix it? That's me. Okay, no. Oh, this might have fixed it. Let's just reopen the Photoshop. Oh my god, no. Why does it look like this? Oh, it seems like the entire screen capture has stopped working. What the fuck? Am I on the wrong desktop now? I'm just gonna restart the stream. Okay, we're back. That was just a tiny bit annoying. Hello. Yes, I am. I'm drawing right now. Trying to make an enemy where it has a shell of ice, and then when you hit it enough, the shell breaks, and then you have to kill it, or the shell will regrow. But it's kind of hard. I haven't drawn in a long while, and this is kind of a difficult thing to draw, a sphere of ice. I think I should reduce these shadows. Okay, I'll just do it with the opacity. No, it still looks messy. Kind of add a little bit of darker colors. Quite often I don't even know what I'm doing, like I'm just adding some darker colors because I don't know. I think it will look good. Just a little bit of texture does wonders. I feel like it looks so much better already. I'm not sure though. Needs a face. Let's give it a face. Face. Dum, 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 dum. You look so dumb. It feels like it's going nowhere, but it's always the case, and then suddenly it goes somewhere. The face needs to be just above the core. Let's give it a stroke. Let's give it some seizures. Oh, just the outline. I should stop looking at it like from atomic distance. Yeah, it looks pretty goofy. Pretty goof. It's the big goof. It really annoys me how this outline is just not the same width. You just shave off a little bit. A little bit on the inside. It's already way better. Let's see if I can experiment a bit with the color of this top layer. So the top layer really gives it a lot of character, or I don't know. Needs to be somewhere in the blue. I don't know. Maybe it was fine how it was. No, it feels a bit too gray. Like, just a little bit of extra color matters a lot. I had the same problem when I was making where's the guy? Is it this guy? Not this guy. It's something random. I think it's below this guy. Like, first it looked like this. Look how gray it looks. And then you just add a little bit of color and it suddenly looks so much better. Amazing difference. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I think this is way better now. And then when you hit the shell, it will eventually disappear. Should group the shell somewhere so I can disable it. So this is shell. Really everything is shell except for the core. Get in there. Oh, not the face. Where's the face? Face, go back. What is this weird? Oh, you can see the pool floor when you look close. Nice. But what's this weird shit stain he's got on his face? Is it on there? No. It's on here. Oh, I know. This is what I wanted to be the core at first. Like some kind of obsidian ball. Maybe I'll just keep it like this. Get rid of the ball. I know, this also looks kinda cool. Nah. This makes more sense in the spooky level. I'm just gonna delete it. And I think now let's add some shading to the core part. I'm not sure if I should shade it with the shell enabled or disabled. Let's do it like this. I don't like this color. Let's use a bit of a colored shade. Like some deep blue maybe. It does blend in with the background a bit. No. This is better. Is this even better? Yeah. Shade. Get some highlights in there. Get YouTube to not stop playing my music. I think maybe we need to do like some stroke effect. 1 pixel outside. I think this always looks cool. It's a bit weird how it just cuts off, however. Opacity lower maybe. I don't know about this. Luckily we can just enable and disable it and see the difference. Yeah, this is good actually. I need my deep blue color back. This is not the deep blue color. This is the deep blue color. Oh no. Oh no, I disabled the entire scene. Oh, I hate when this happens. I want to add a bit of shading around his eyes. I think at least his face shape. Make it look like it's actually carved in there or something. Maybe it's a bit, I don't know. Okay, I should really separate my shading layers. In fact, let me just do this again in the right layer. Call it face shade. Actually put it, come on, just under the face, and I think a little bit darker. Some shade in there. Okay. Now the question is, how does it look when I re-enable this? Fine. It's a bit hard to see, especially from a distance. Let's move the shell a little bit. I wonder if it's gonna look kind of weird when you destroy the shell, so the shell disappears and suddenly there's no outline anymore, because everything has an outline in my game. I'm kind of wondering if he needs to outline the core part. Like sometimes I am fine with not using outlines. Like I have some ghost enemies. I can show them. Let's save this before it crashes again. Okay, you were not supposed to see this. So on these ghost enemies I don't have outlines. In this case it feels kinda natural. Because a ghost is kind of not real. So it kind of fits with the theme of not being real. So it doesn't have an outline. And maybe that could also work here. Where since he's unprotected now, he doesn't have his shell. He also doesn't have an outline to kind of symbolize that. So add some more cracks to see if that adds something. It's not the ideal way to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. I think this is fine. Looks kinda cool having like multiple cracks going. The only thing I kinda dislike now is if you look from a distance, it becomes like a blur. Not sure what to do about it. Could just make it a big enemy. Let's group the core parts so we can export them individually. Let me just see how this looks in game. This one, this one, this one. Wait. Where's my ice enemy folder? Do I not have an ice enemy folder? Am I stupid? Ice shell. Wait. Is this not... Why is this transparent? something is transparent but you just don't notice it due to the background, like here. And then when you go to export it, you see it's transparent. So if I ever change the background color, it will also change the color of the enemy, which is not great. Let's see. This actually fixes kind of my problem of it being a bit too hard to see from a distance. So that's good. Let's save this. Let's export this. Build iScore. And let's open Unity. And I will get something to drink while it's loading. Okay. It is tea time. A nice cup of tea. There's some stuff in my tea. Whatever. With Wood. Come here. Come here. Got it. Okay, let's go. Okay, so new enemy in the ice level. Where is the ice level? It's called Arctic. Ancient Arctics. I'm curious if things still work. It's almost never the case that things still work when I come back. Let's get an enemy base. Enemy base. It's kind of funny how my YouTube playlist decided to put Arctic sounding music on. Don't know how that works. Look at this guy, by the way. Just look at him. Okay, it's not working. Never mind. Enemy scene. Oh, I was trying to place it in the game. But no work. I can just reuse the other script I have on health value. It's already made to swap sprites. It doesn't really need to swap sprites though. You can just disable one sprite. So let's copy this. Let's first just add the sprites. I hate that they're offset by default. Okay, sprite. Let's go to the Arctic. Wait, now there's a folder. What is this? Wait, then where did I export this? What the? Why is there 2 times creative stuff? Creative stuff and then another creative stuff. What the? Where's this? This is just the desktop. Oh, why do I have 2 versions of this folder? That's so confusing. Well, anyway, let's export it again. Desktop, creative stuff, projects, Unity, Big Boat, assets, textures, enemies, Arctic. I call it ice core. shell. I should really figure out how these import settings work, because it always imports sprites as multiple, and I have no clue why Unity would ever do that. Makes so little sense. I've kind of just been ignoring it and just fixing it manually, since I don't do much sprites. Oh boy, that's big. That's kinda big. Luckily, you can just use the pivot. Get it like to 9. To 9. A bit smaller. I think the tea is spicy enough. It's just this is kind of a unique enemy, so I think I'll have to make a special script, because it has 2 colliders. It's kind of 2 enemies in one. So I think the easiest way is to just not use this script. Just, what do we call it? Ijsbal. Call it ijsbal. Inherit. Remove the BS. Don't need these as well. Why is it so laggy? I don't know. So what we put here, I guess we need, I can use the game object of the sprite. It's a shell. Let's just call it shell. Okay, I'm starting to hate my music again. Shell. Then we need, I could just add the collider to the shell and then just disable everything together. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we just have the shell. Then I guess we could just use the health, like just make it health that it regenerates. That's essentially what it is. So then we need a reference to the, oh, it is an enemy. That's never mind, we don't need a reference. However, now that I'm doing it like this, I don't need to make it inherit from enemy. I can just make it a side script. Knows the shell. I can even take the script I already have. There's an on-held value. This at the moment it's too specific for its name. It should be a generic method class, and then I inherit from this to make the whatever this is doing, because this right now is doing specific stuff like swapping sprites, applying buffs. I'm just going to copy all this. Because remember, duplicate code is the best code. Why else would you duplicate it? Ice ball. Plop. So we don't swap sprites. We don't need original sprites as well. We might buff, so I'll keep it. Effect object is to add like a particle effect, so I will also keep that. And the rest is necessary. If this is not null, this is not important. This is the swapping of the sprites, which we don't need. If we do something else, which I should put in a method, we say enable shell. Should call it regrow, because I might add some like effects to it. In which case, it's not just an enable, it's an animated effect. Regrow shell and break shell. Because it also plays an effect, it's not just disable. Enable, you can just say shell set active. Make sure the shell is always there when it respawns. This is fine. This is to make sure it only happens once. But now that it regrows over time, it needs to reset this variable that has buffed. So I should change it maybe to has triggered, because it does more than just buffing. Or to be completely clear, health requirement reached. This should say like health required reach equals true. Did not copy the buff method. This is not a try, this is just break it. So yeah, and then this resets that, enables the shell. Okay. And let's do these methods now. Break shell's the easiest, so let's start with this. Now that I think about it, I might want to like have a break animation. Then I can just disable it. Well, I can. Let's just do it for now. Okay, now regrowing the shell just re-enables it. But this also needs to kind of reset the health. So we go enemy dot health, no, not health bar, health, current health equals enemy dot max health. And we say health requirement reached equals false. I just realized I also need 2 colliders, or I can change the radius of the collider I already have. That's easier for now, because if I have 2 colliders, I need to only have 1 enabled, otherwise it can get hit twice, and it's annoying. If you just change the radius of the single collider, it should just work. make it a float. Core radius, core collider radius. Then we have the float shell collider radius. You can say like enemy dot collider.get component. So this should be nearly everything. I just realized how weird it will be when the shell regrows and then it can suddenly have collision with something it's touching. But its collider will grow, so it will kinda push it. So that will be weird. But we'll see, maybe it's cool actually. Collider. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Set the health. Yeah, I need a timer to trigger the regrow shell, and that's the only thing I forgot. Regrow time. Public float. Lately I've been making all my timers to just use coroutines. It's feeling pretty nice. Because I can just make this a coroutine. And then add a new wait for it. Let's actually yield it. Wait for seconds. And regrow time. This will just, so it will start. Okay, let me just first put this somewhere to call it. We call it when we break the shell. I'll just put it here. Actually, I should put it inside the break shell, since if I ever move the break shell somewhere else, then this will move with it. So whenever a health value is reached, which I specify, it will trigger this entire block, which mostly just means it applies some buffs, so I could speed up the enemy, slow down the enemy, whatever I want, and it will break the shell. And breaking the shell will call this coroutine, which will then wait for the regrow time, and only after this time has elapsed it will execute the regrow code. So this is just a very quick and dirty way, and it's not even dirty, it's just a quick way to make a timer. So I think this is everything. Compiling. Okay. Now Now we just need to do some references. So this is the core part. I should name it to make it a bit easier. Hello, can I click? Yes. Shell. So we get the shell object, the reference to the enemy class. Don't think I'll add buffs as of now. The effects object is really non-existent at the moment. I'll just make it and fill it in later. Break effect. So the health percentage requirement doesn't really matter yet, since we'll fill it in once we're testing. Core collider radius. Okay, so the radius is 9 for the shell and like 5 for the core. So 9 and 5. Regrow time can be like 3 seconds. I don't know. This is also something we'll figure out. Now I need to do the settings for the enemy itself. 20 health. Give it some move speed. I think that's it. That's it. Oh, and I should name it like, let's not call it enemy base variant. Let's go for something like ice orb. We add it to the object pool. And then we can add it to a wave. So this is where I configure the waves and how they actually appear. And for this I'll just go every 10 seconds, so we have some time to mess around. We spawn 10 of them. And don't forget to name the wave. I think for now I'll copy it so we have some more time to test it. Yeah, this is fine. This is not actually a problem. It is just a weird bug I have. I somewhat expected the enemy to look a bit bigger. It should break. It broke. 1, 2, 3, and it's back. Seems fine to me. Let's just make it bigger so we can actually hit it and test it properly. Like, I think I should have never sized it. crashes again because I don't know. But we just ignore it. And we go into the test. Okay. Okay, my first thought is it is kind of too messy of a sprite. I should also disable compression. That will add some more messiness to it. Let's do that first. Textures Arctic. Like compression, none. Filter mode, point. Same for this. Let's see. And I keep getting scared that something is broken, but nothing is actually, nothing seems to be broken at least. This looks equally weird. Like, it has detail that is so tiny that the PC will just kind of, it becomes noisy. Oh, and it didn't die right there. It should die when I hit it. Because there's 20 HP and at half HP it loses the shell. I do 9 damage per shot, so 9 plus 9 is 18, so it should have 2 HP left. But it seems like it doesn't even take any damage, which is confused. It should be more round as well. Like if you've ever seen like one of those ice balls, you know it's kind of perfectly round. Now it kind of looks too much like it's some kind of a gel sack. My performance is not liking the... I think it's the detail, but also the transparency. Maybe it is actually dying when I hit it for the third time. But it is just not. It just regenerates its health before it can finish dying or something. I don't know. Let's just spawn one. Okay. Okay, that was fine for testing. White, no die. So weird how the sprite doesn't even become red. How is it? Ow. I'm also kind of curious what happens when you do enough damage to break the shell but also kill it with the same hit. Because right now that would kill it, I think. Which I don't want. It should always tank at least one hit. So let's see if I give it 1 HP, what will happen. I think I'm gonna take a break soon. I can feel my brain leaking. Memory leaks are happening in my brain. Put a stream marker on that. Okay, I was right. Now it just dies in one hit. Which also confirms that... Oh, well, we already knew that it has to do something with the script. So I think I'll just fix it by giving it 2 colliders. We call it collider shell. Collider core. We already know this should be 5. Let's disable the core one, because that's how it should spawn. I don't know. I guess we just add the... Can I just add the shell collider to the shell sprite? No, okay. It's not like that. Why not? Why not? Oh, whatever. And this should also disable the core collider. Exactly the opposite for this. can remove these two. Core collider. Let's make sure in the on enable that we always have the right colliders active. That way it can't go wrong in some weird way. Compiler errors. Oh, I'm still using this. Ja. Broodje kaas. Broodjam kaas. Forgot how thin the ice was to play on. The fuck. Yes. Now that I changed the colliders to be separate, I should also make it so the shell has separate health, I think. Which basically means the entire method I'm using is wrong. So that's great. This makes things a bit more complex. Yeah. This is gonna take a little bit of a break. I could make it 2 enemies. Feel like that's also gonna be kind of difficult. We could also redirect the damage to this script. Then I would need to actually make this inherit from enemy base, so I can override the hit method. So yeah, now we can do like, you can say if now we can basically separate the, by doing the base dot hit we hit the core, and we can then make another hit method here which will hit the shell, which I'm gonna make now. I'll just replace this with shell health. Max health. Max health. Shell max health, and we have shell health. I is laggy again, stop. Okay, it stopped. Oh. Okay. So then we can say if shell punt active. Now we try to hit the shell. So we basically go shell health punt I'm not thinking. Should be a float. Shell health minus equals damage. Damage. This is actually still not the way to go, because the base hit does so much stuff. Like it does status effects, and it does something else I forgot about. Damage numbers. It also makes sure damage numbers appear. As you can see, it does a bunch. It also uses a buffer, because I don't want to show every single damage instance on screen. That would cause too many frame drops. So I kind of buffer the damage, and then every like 1 second or half a second I show damage numbers. I could just copy paste this, I think, if you want to go the lazy way. I think the cleanest way is to make the shell be a separate enemy from the core, because that way everything will just work. I just have to figure out how to force the shell to stick to the core part. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm so tired. Everything here is just bullshit. Let me just put in comments how I want to do it so I don't forget. Shell is separate enemy. Shell follows core. Core summons new shell enemy after regrow time. This is also not the best now that I think about it. I feel like I'm being dumb. I could just... Couldn't I just change the collider? I'm having brain fart. I'm going to take a break. I'm not thinking straight. And usually when I take a break, I just play some game. And this can go away. Not sure what I should play though. Finals is the shit nowadays. Let's get. Oh boy. This is your reminder to always take breaks, because otherwise you'll just write shitty code and regret it later. Let's actually see if I can get the game's audio to play on stream. So we have the application audio capture. Put it on the finals. Okay. Is it working? Don't know. It doesn't look like it's working. It's kinda laggy though. Let's close this. I'm not sure if my PC can even handle playing this game while streaming. Oh, sound is clearly not working, so that's great. I could just put some desktop audio, but then you'll hear everything. Especially if I now start watching my own stream and enable the sound, I think it will be like feedback loop. Desktop audio is also not picking up any sound. Or whatever. Oh, don't want to be light. Minovo light. Oh my god. Well, I was working on it like 1 minute ago, but I was kinda getting brain farts, so I decided to take a little break. Think I'll just play one game and then go back. Like, I was working on some coding and nothing I did makes sense and nothing worked. Oh boy. It's kinda laggy. Oh boy. This is the first time I tried playing games while streaming. It's not the best, not gonna lie. I'll put the settings down a little bit. Kinda have to close my chat. Let's go. Where is everyone? I hear a light. Oh, hello. Oh boy, you're so dead. You're so dead. Let's see if I can put settings down a bit. Like, what if you just disable ray tracing? Does this help? Okay, it's way better. Oh, this is way better. Okay, I should have hit. Okay, well, stop it. Oh, this is not going better than programming. I blame my team. Wonder if I can open my internet windows now. Internet windows says that. But anyway, kind of funny how once I start streaming the finals, I have a few viewers sticking around. Okay, this is kind of useless. Let's see if we can ambush them. Okay, let's just go away. Entire team is dead. I hear. a relaxing break, playing some finals. This game is amazing. Like, you can just destroy stuff. Oh, that's really nothing. I love the hammer. The hammer is like amazing. It completely turns the game into like pure positioning. Especially since you don't have to aim. You can focus 100% on positioning and outplaying your opponents. Which I've shown, of course. Okay, he did not go where I expected him to go. Oh, it's here. It's actually here. Got him. It's just... I think I will close my windows. Because this is not performing. Oh, this is not... He did it. Dang. Oh! Oh, he revived. Let's go one level lower. Okay, it's... I'm scared. Just a little bit scared. Like, yeah, I knew it. Knew someone was gonna come up behind me. And now we just kind of make a base. And when they go for the cap, we drop it. Oh fuck! Come on! Ah, too much. Could have. Oh, the light. The light actually saved it, or some light. I don't know. Wait, both my teammates have nade launchers. Amazing. Oh, he's gonna die. And he's gonna die. I should have respawned, maybe. That's one thing about this game is you have to press spacebar to respawn. But spectating is so much fun. Please. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Oh boy. Please don't. Oh. Invisible lights. Who doesn't love them? I should get my chats opened on my phone whenever I do this, so I can at least read it. No audio, please. Go here, go here. Okay, I can read the chat now. Yes, deleting dudes with the hammer is the main reason I play this game. Especially those pesky lights. Like, the light class is the most annoying class. They can go invisible. They're super fast. They're tiny, so you don't see them. Oh boy. But with hammer, it's just one heavy attack and he's gone. This the best threads. Oh, they dropped it. I'm gonna go get it. Okay, I'm not gonna go get it. They will get it for me. Oh. Okay, let's put it in. Nice. Get some more cover built up. Hey, this is. Oh my. Let me out! Get him! Oh my god. How did I survive that? I had 3 HP. Let's go. No, I missed. Bitches! Oh. Yeah, I know about the audio, but I wasn't planning on playing very long anyway. I should figure it out. Okay. Didn't expect to get revived another time. I still have it somehow. I know how. You can get there in like 3 seconds. Hey, that's not nice. I'm just going to hide. Please. I'm not sure. We got it. Let me try and fix the audio one more time, but I'm confused because in OBS I put my desktop audio up, and you think that's just general audio, like, oh, I'm stupid, I think, or not. Oh yes, I am stupid, or not. No, wait. I don't know. Let me test if any audio works. Okay, that works. Okay, the volume level is at least somewhere. It should be something. I think it's just the classic problem of starting the game before you enable the sound, if that makes sense. Like when you start the game and then plug your headphones in and it just doesn't work. And I hope it doesn't double the audio, because now I have application audio and desktop. I clicked on it, right? Look at my beautiful desktop, by the way. It's beautiful. I never use it. Okay. So yeah, this is really the only shooter I play. Nowadays at least. I used to play a lot of Titanfall 2. Because I really like the creativity that you get in both the finals and Titanfall. In Titanfall you have just a lot of movement options. You can go essentially in 3D. So you can really outplay your opponents. In this game it's kind of the same. You have kind of a 3D space to move in. Maybe even 4D, since you can change the space. Not even getting audio myself. Oh, I am. Does this do anything? What the hell? Oh. Don't think system default is great. Ah, I see stuff happening. Okay, it was just kind of weird. I think I just have the mixer set to something that makes it so it was loud for me but not for you. Aha. Let me just check on my phone how loud it is. Please keep making noise, okay. There you go, it's working. Okay, it's good to know that whenever I hear something, it doesn't mean you hear something. Okay, one more. Let's see if Twitch has said anything since. No. Please close all this stuff. I'm just here. Get this easy. Stop it. Ah. It was such a cheeky steal. I feel bad for the enemy team. I'm going for a revive. This guy should be going for a revive, but he also... His position is pretty good, but... If just one guy comes from the roof, he's done. Okay, nice. I should spawn. Oh boy. They are trying to steal it. Ja, zeg. My goo is not gooing. Yeah, I blame the team for this one.
It's in. The high notes make a bold statement with the first cash out of the match.
It's time for our contestants to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's right. We have a new event on the way.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, they are reviving. We are also reviving. No, he's just going. He's just going. Okay. I'm not sure if he knew. Let's take the Pullman route. I'm just going to ditch them. They're too slow. Like, I hate it when your team just keeps reviving and then they just keep attacking the other team that just wants to leave. And they die and they revive each other. They attack the team again that's not even trying to fight them. They just never get anywhere. I hear someone. Hello, someone. Don't like being here. It's too open. Haha. Not even sure where I'm throwing this. This is another great case of team is everywhere at once. Is he coming? Come, please. I don't think he's coming. I can just climb this. Oh, I can make a hole and just look. I can still go there. Get good, get good, get good, get die. Nice. That's goodish. You don't want to get ambushed. Oh, hello. We got a few. I'm happy with it. Oh, please cap it. Nah, it's over. And that's enough finals for now. I think my brain recharged enough. That's enough of that. Yeah, back to Unity. bit of a change of pace. Just a little bit. Ignore. Don't really understand the save mode of Unity. Like, whenever I was working on it first, I created the error, and I guess you could have an error that is in the editor itself. If you start messing with the editor, then a save mode would be nice. Okay, it is loading. Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at how enemies take damage and see how we could best approach this. Don't be scared. No, this is very frightening code. I am scared, to be honest. So we get the hit. So yeah, I think the easiest thing is to just create an enemy that represents the shell. The shell enemy will just be stuck to the actual enemy. And then the actual enemy should disable its own collider whenever the shell enemy exists. Should be doable. This script is pretty much useless now. I'll have to redo it. Doesn't matter. So I think we'll make the ice ball represent the core enemy. So we need to summon shell on spawn. Plus whenever shell is summoned, disable. I'm just gonna put this on another line. Always happening. So summon shell on spawn. once shell is dead, start regrow routine. Don't know why I put this. Oh, whatever. Shells that start regrow. And then once regrown, yeah, nothing really. I guess you could do the next step, which is assign this transform to follow script on shell. I will go to the toilet. Water. Okay. Back in business. Okay, so on the toilet I thought about it some more. And basically concluded that this is probably going to work. And whenever you conclude something on the toilet, you know it's true. So let's get started. Let me open my chat again. Since let's just, I should just disable Steam. Oh yeah, stream marker, let's go. Okay. So whenever shell is summoned, disable collide. Okay, so first on method. Okay, typing is not my thing. Summon shell. Is shell active? I guess be useful. Hier zeggen. Let's make the variable for the shell, which I think is just an enemy. If shell is not equal null, if shell is dot get object, if it's active, it means something. Yes, very smart. Don't know why my brain just stopped working. If it's active, we do nothing. Oh, we return, I guess. Since this is just a checking method. If it is null, we also return false, of course. Okay, summon shell, let's do this. Master dot waves dot spawn enemy. This is a bit not easy to read, but I'm the only one that has to read it, so it's fine. So we get a queue, so we then again reference the same thing. Enemy pools. Then we enter the name, which I should add the prefab. No. So let's use the name. We spawn it at our position. That's easy. This. Does this matter? It doesn't really matter. Let's just enter some random stuff. Okay, we need to actually get this enemy. Now, whenever shell is summoned, disable collider. So we can go call that. Set active false. And something else has to happen because we summon shell. One shell is dead, so regrow. It's a bit confusing way to say it, but we assign this transform to the follow script on the shell. So let's start making the shell prefab so we can put a follow script on it. So let's make, I might just copy this. Nah, let's just make a new enemy. Let's make a folder. Nice orb. With the ice orb, then we have the ice orb shell. What is kind of annoying about this method is that if I ever rescale the enemy, I have to rescale it twice. But for one enemy, that's fine. Like, I'm going to determine the skill once and then never touch it, so who cares? It's also great about having two separate enemies for the shell and the core, is that I can have like separate animation. I can basically do everything easily. Everything that already happens on enemies I can just do separately for the two. Oh yeah, this needs a follow script, which I'm gonna do very professional. I have 3 of them, don't ask me why. Is this the right one though? Connected object dot move position. Oh, this is a follow me, which is also fine. But then I just put it on the orb. Did I do? I'm gonna just have follow me. This is not. What am I doing? Need the ball. So we spawn the shell. We say follow me dot connected object equals shell dot rigid body. I'm realizing that knockback doesn't work with this method, because it would apply knockback to the shell, but since the shell is just following the core, it does nothing. or it just looks weird. Now we can think like, do I care? Like maybe it can be like a cool thing that knockback doesn't work once, as long as the shell is still up. Nah, don't care. I'll fix it in the future if I do care. So follow me, connected object equals shell.rigidbody. So it now follows. Now in the update loop we add some code to check if the shell is active still. If it is false, I only really need to do stuff if it's false. Shell equals null. First do some stuff with shell. Like, or do we? We don't. We do just enable the collider. Let's just add this in case we do something with shell. I don't know, it just, if anything happening here costs performance, then we save a little bit by not doing it every update. So we re-enable the collider. Set shell to null, and we need to disable the follow me connected object. I think this already happened, so when you said no, it doesn't already happen. Okay. This is fine. Now we just need some timer that tells us when to spawn and to respawn the shell whenever it's broken. So we can do that with a nice coroutine. So regrow in time. I should add shell regrow time, because whenever you just have like generic variables like regrow time, like what regrows, you don't know. This way it's clear. Like, I'm not the cleanest coder, but when it's about naming things, I'm okay. Don't I'm pretty good, but not always. I'm just reminded of one of my follow scripts. It's the follow player, and it just follows a transform. It has nothing to do with player. It's amazing. Okay, we wait, and then we summon. Yeah. Basically. When do we trigger this? We trigger this. If shell is null, we can go else. Okay, no, let's not do this. I just thought for a second that shell spawned instantly, but it doesn't. Can check if the coroutine is running. I'm not sure how you do that again. Oh boy. Oh, I think there's not. You have to do it manually, so let's just do it manually. I don't know what you call this. This is basically just whenever it's wait. No, we just want when it gets destroyed. So this code should be when the shell gets destroyed. So here we still have a shell whenever this gets called, and then it destroys it. This is where we should start regrow of the next one. Yeah, this only happens once. Okay, nice. Don't need the boolean, always good. I think this is it. So now we get to look at their beautiful scripts. So this is the only part I really hate about my code. Okay, Unity is being funny again. Why? Yeah, shell can go, the break effect can go for now. Just need one collider. think one of my biggest problems as a coder is that I take too many shortcuts. I refuse to optimize the code. Shell prefab. And the regrow time can be 3 seconds. This is the right script, okay. Knockback bleed 50. Time to assign the no linger. This is starting to wonder how I never fixed this before. Like I just lived with this. Anyway, it's just face player. Now let's remove this one. So we have this one. I think these things are assigned automatically, but I'm not sure. This is fine. Wait, why is this script still referencing itself? Okay, I didn't save. I should open the scene so I can see what it looks like. For example, are these even the right size for each other? Yes, okay, nice. Wait, I'm not sure. I'll put them on top of each other now. Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. This is fine. And this is also fine. Don't think I even have to put settings in the shell. Maybe damage number. It already has a damage number. Shouldn't drop XP. Shouldn't face player. Yeah, I think, I hope, I pray that it works now. Well, we first have to add it to the object pool. Okay. I feel like I struggled a bit too much making this enemy. Could be easier if my oh no, that is fine. If my existing code was a bit better. Okay, this is not fine. Oh, it's because my script is retarded. Oh, wait. Like, this is a really old script. I'm not sure how I survived without checking if this even exists. Now that I think about it, I should assign it here. Oh no, don't. Okay, let's see if it crashes instantly or not. That's always the question. Okay, please spawn at least. Oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot one thing. Because right now it doesn't spawn the shell on spawning of the enemy. So which it should. So we go public void. No, not void. Override void. Then spawn. Spawn. I would have to save. I still love the fact that when I started playing finals, like, it's the first time in ever that I had some viewers stay around for more than like a minute. Kinda impressive. Well, not impressive, it's not impressive having 3 viewers stay around, but it's kinda interesting that as soon as I play a game, they stick around. Oh, it did not enable the collider. Now it did. What's happening here? That's way more than 3 seconds. I know what's going wrong. Because I have death time. Well, death time is fine. It's just that it waits 5 seconds after it dies. So there's time for any effect on death to play out. But that is not ideal if you want to do stuff. The problem is more in this code, the way I check if its shell is active. That's the bigger problem. We also need to check here if, because it can start this routine while the core is still alive, and then the core dies. But it will still summon the shell when this ends. So it should always check if if dying is the right term. Equals false. And let's also say, just to fix a future bug, if gameObject.active don't know what the difference is between active self and active in hierarchy. Then you also have active. Oh, it's deprecated. Okay. Now we need to kind of do the same for the shell. Say if it's dying, we should already see it as. So we add or shell dot dying equals true. Wait, this is not, no. This is no, this is a wrong. You should just first check if shell dot dying return false. I keep saving, but it doesn't do anything when you don't change the scene or some inspector settings or something. It's really a force of habit. Okay, we get the error. We don't care about the error. Okay, if this works, I will call it a day. It's getting late. Okay, well, that seems to work now. Next. Give me next. Let's see it regrow. I'm not a huge fan of the sprite I made. Actually, I kinda hate it. I'm gonna replace it with some kind of creature which is frozen in ice. Like, if you have any suggestions what the creature should be, please tell me. Because I don't know, but it works for now. Maybe when I respawn the enemy, because I reuse the enemy, I don't create them. When I spawn them, I create them once and then I just reset all the stats and things. So we'll have to see if it works when they respawn after dying. That's also always a big question. I think it's fine. I really want to make a level with them, but I should stop, because otherwise I'll keep people awake in the house. So it was a fun one, and goodbye.